Let's take a trip behind the scenes of the airport, a place we all think we know, but actually holds some pretty shocking secrets. You might think it's just about overpriced coffee and endless walkways, but there's a lot more going on behind those shiny terminals than most of us realize. Today, I'm going to walk you through 16 surprising airport secrets airlines don't want you to know, and there's a bonus one at the end you won't want to miss. Ready? Let's dive in. Picture this. You're running late for your flight, your phone battery is at 3%, and just when you think you're out of luck, you spot a free seat near a charging station close to security. Jackpot, right? Not exactly. That seat might be part of something a lot more sinister. Some areas in airports are actually designed for surveillance. We're talking tiny hidden cameras, sensitive microphones, and all kinds of sneaky tech capturing what you're doing, especially when you're casually scrolling through your phone or venting loudly about the TSA. You might think you're just recharging your phone, but in reality, you could be helping build someone's data file. So, next time you're about to spill your frustrations or check your bank account on airport Wi-Fi, just remember, someone might be watching or listening. Ever notice how your pace suddenly slows down when you're getting close to airport security? It's not just your heavy bag. Look down. See that soft, carpeted floor? That's not there for your comfort. It's a deliberate design trick called cognitive friction. Switching from tile to carpet subtly signals your brain to slow your movement and makes you feel calmer. It's all meant to ease crowd control and keep things flowing without you even realizing it. It's a smart, psychological design in action. So next time you're walking that plush hallway wondering why you're shuffling instead of striding, remember, it's all part of the plan. Now you've made it through security and you're parched. You spot a water fountain and think, finally, free hydration. But hold on, that fountain may be far from refreshing. According to studies, many airport water fountains don't get cleaned as often as they should. Some are breeding grounds for bacteria, mold, and slimy biofilm. Think about how many people touch that button every single day. Hundreds, maybe thousands. And that's without counting the stuff building up inside the pipes. So if you're thirsty, that overpriced bottled water in the store might actually be the safer bet. Your wallet won't be happy, but your immune system will. Feel like you're just another nameless tourist in the crowd? Rethink your thoughts. Airport employees frequently receive early warning about specific travelers, including VIPs, regular travelers, and yes, those who have previously created issues. Therefore, if you have ever lost your temper at baggage claim, don't be surprised if you receive more attention the following time. Gatekeepers and flight attendants are not only meant to make you smile, they're observing, evaluating, and mentally noting things. It's procedure, not personal. However, perhaps postpone the meltdown until after the flight. You wave your suitcase off, check it, and presume it's simply taking a ride to the airplane. However, your baggage embarks on a high-tech, solitary mission before it is added to the stack of bags. With scanners strong enough to make Superman blush, it goes through an explosives detection system. These devices check everything, even the contents of your belongings. It also happens quickly. You name it. Shape analysis, chemical sniffers, advanced imaging, etc. All before the conveyor belt even reaches your luggage. It's not evaluating your souvenir selections, so don't worry. It's just to ensure that nothing hazardous is concealed by your socks. You reach the gate. It's crowded. You somehow have no seat, and the overhead bins are filled. Welcome to the airline industry's little discussed hustle, overbooking. More tickets are sold by airlines than there are seats available on the aircraft. Why? As they are aware that some individuals won't arrive. They are supported by data, algorithms, and years' worth of trends. However, when everyone arrives, people are jostled, and your reserved seat is abruptly replaced with, "We're so sorry, sir." It's calculated, it's legal, and the goal is to extract as much money as possible from each flight. No one wants to discuss it. However, it is true that fatalities do occur during flying. What occurs, therefore, if they do? Is it announced? Not at all. Secret code phrases are used by airlines to maintain composure. To the crew, phrases like Jim Wilson or Operation Sunrise may seem innocuous, but they indicate a very severe scenario. It all comes down to managing things tactfully and avoiding panic. Therefore, you may be listening in on a quiet emergency if you ever hear something over the intercom that sounds strangely official. The airport is where you are. You must have money. Additionally, an ATM is located directly next to your gate. How convenient is that? Not quite. The ATMs at the airport are money traps. They have a reputation for exorbitant fees, bad exchange rates, and enough deceptive small print to break your bank account. Sometimes, a single withdrawal might cost you 10% or more, and it's worse if you're using a foreign card. The solution is to always take out cash before arriving at the airport or use your credit card to make purchases there. You can end up paying far more than you anticipated for that hasty cash grab. You take a seat. The tray table appears to be clean. One of the seatbelts clicks. Everything seems clean, doesn't it? Not even close. Since hundreds of people from all around the world are inhaling, sneezing, and touching everything, airplanes are like flying petri dishes. Additionally, most aircraft receive a superficial cleaning rather than a thorough cleaning in between flights. A thorough cleaning? Maybe once a month. You may be eating off of a tray table that's more filthy than a public lavatory stall. Bring sanitizing wipes then. Before you settle down, clean your tray, armrests, and seatbelt, because what you don't see might stay with you. You're starving. Your flight's delayed. And the only thing in sight? A sad, soggy sandwich for $14. Welcome to the airport, where prices don't just climb, they soar. Want a bottle of water? That'll be more than your Uber ride home. Craving M&Ms? Hope you brought gold bars. Even those hideous tourist t-shirts cost more than a week's worth of groceries. Why? Because once you're past security, you're a captive audience, trapped in a glass and metal shopping mall with no escape. And they know it. You're tired, hungry, stressed. Perfect. So next time you're eyeing that $6 granola bar, just remember, you're not buying food. You're buying desperation. Bring your own snack. It might be the smartest decision you make all day. But here's a question. What happens to suitcases no one ever picks up? Do they vanish into some dusty airport basement? Nope. Welcome to the secret world of airport auctions. That's right. Unclaimed baggage gets sold to the highest bidder, sight unseen. No one opens the bags. No one checks what's inside. It's like a mystery box with wheels. You could uncover a rare designer purse or a taxidermy iguana. Yes, really. So next time your luggage disappears, just picture someone in Georgia opening it and saying, "Cool, a wetsuit, and dental records." You've seen those glowing lounges behind frosted glass, calm, cozy, full of snacks and power outlets. You thought they were only for millionaires or platinum travelers. But here's the truth. You can get in. Many lounges offer day passes for less than that overpriced airport meal. And if you have the right credit card, you might get in free, even without an annual fee. So while others fight for a charging spot near the bathroom, you could be sipping espresso in peace. Want to feel like a VIP without spending like one? Don't settle for the gate crowd. You deserve better. And now, you know how to get it. Ever heard this over the intercom? Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived early. Sounds great, right? But it's a lie. Well, sort of. Airlines use something called padded flight times. They add extra minutes, sometimes hours, to your itinerary so it looks like you landed ahead of schedule, even if you were delayed. You think you're early. The airline gets a pat on the back. Everyone wins, except the truth. So the next time you feel proud of your on-time flight, remember, they didn't fly faster. They just fooled the clock. Now picture this. You're cruising at 35,000 feet. Everything's smooth. But what you don't know is, your pilot might be sleeping. Sounds terrifying? Actually, it's perfectly normal. On long flights, Pilots take turns napping in secret crew quarters, while the co-pilot or autopilot handles the controls. It's not reckless, it's smart. Sleep-deprived pilots are dangerous. Rested ones keep you alive. So if the captain's snoozing mid-air, don't panic. That means they're doing exactly what they should. Seen a flight board with just a handful of passengers? You weren't imagining things. That was a ghost flight. Why fly an empty plane? Because of slot rules. If airlines don't use their scheduled takeoff and landing times, they lose them to competitors. So yes, they'd rather burn fuel and money than give up their spot. Wasteful? Totally. Strategic? Absolutely. So if you ever feel like the only person at your gate, you might be witnessing an airline's strange but true survival tactic. You've just landed. The seatbelt sign goes off. Boom! The aisle fills with a frantic crowd charging toward the nastiest bathroom in the entire airport. It's overcrowded, smelly, and looks like a battlefield. Why do we all rush there? Here's a secret. The best bathrooms aren't near arrivals. Keep walking. A few gates down, you'll find restrooms that are cleaner, quieter, and actually have paper towels. It's a tiny change, but it can turn your chaotic landing into a peaceful escape. So don't join the stampede. Walk the extra minute. Your dignity deserves it.